So we're up to Simpsons episode 27.
Yes.
Principal Charming. Yep, we're near the end of season 2 now. This is the episode where Patty and Selma are feeling down because they haven't been married yet. And
no, it's Selma's feeling down.
Selma's feeling down because she's approaching spinsterhood. There's a wedding at the beginning, so she feels jealous. She wants to be married. Homer tries to set her up with Principal Skinner. Hilariously, it doesn't go to... he doesn't find her, he finds the other sister.
Patty.
Yeah, he ends up with Patty, and then basically Skinner tries to woo Patty, but Patty realises that she can't be married if her sister isn't, so the status quo is returned. Yes. What did you think of Principal Charming?
This one's not as good as I remember.
I couldn't remember this one at all. This is one of the ones where I just watched it with pretty much fresh eyes.
This is what I remember.
Okay.
I think it was quite good, but I think problem with this one, they repeat too many of the jokes.
Yep.
It's only like Homer searching for a man for Selma, doing like the Terminator thing is funny once.
Yep.
They do references which don't really make a lot of sense.
Well, we were saying that there's in this episode there's a bell tower in the school for no apparent reason.
For like just for purpose of like the plot, because Bart's acting bad because he gets this like chemical which like burns the grass.
Yep.
So he gets put into detention. I mean, Skinner's has the same idea. That's how he proposes to Patty.
Yep.
He puts, marry me, Patty. Writes it in the grass, but they need to view it from like up above, far away.
Yep.
So they use the bell tower. So
Always on the roof.
Yeah, the roof.
But they mainly did it, I think, to just do that Vertigo reference, as you were saying.
I was maybe I had like the idea of Skinner like walking up and having that moment, which is a bit weird anyway. It's not very funny.
No.
Well, it serve a purpose.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's no real reason for it. He just looks down. It's like whoa.
Always like in Vertigo.
Yep.
But like just for the plot, because we need a viewpoint.
Yep.
They put a bell tower in there, which is never. Presumably they put it up really, really quickly.
Yeah.
And then they tore it down again, and it was never seen from again. I don't know.
Who knows?
But I like the Patty Selma dynamic. I've always liked the Patty Selma dynamic.
Yep. I think that a lot of the Skinner jokes are great because of Harry Shearer.
Yes.
I believe he's the one who plays Skinner, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah,
so Harry Shearer is great in it. Julie Kavner, who plays Patty and Selma,
yep, plays them both.
She is great in the episode.
Yep.
I just don't think the episode, like, comparing this to a couple of the better ones that we've had this season, like, I don't know, Bart Gets an F or The Way We Was, it's not as good, is it? It just doesn't zing as well as those.
There's loads of, like, it feels like one step backwards. There are loads of, like, really weird animation mistakes of this episode. I don't know whether it's because we've done an episode, well, this is kind of one of the first episodes where it doesn't really focus on the Simpsons.
Yeah.
It's more about, like, the tertiary characters, the secondary and third characters. So all the animation's a bit off. Like, the character models look really weird. Yep. Skinner looks really off.
He does.
Like, his face doesn't look right. I remember at times where, like, his legs shrink inexplicably.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird animation.
No, but overall it's well written. Just doesn't have much. I think the problem with the episode and all, looking back, is it's so reminiscent of classic Patty and Selma and even Skinner ones.
Yeah,
like,
they
focus on those characters quite a lot. They're pretty high up in especially Skinner. Skinner gets loads of episodes where he's like second character.
Including the classic, the Principal and the Pauper.
Principal and the Pauper, the B-sharps.
The B-sharps, yeah.
There's absolutely loads where they develop him. So looking back, it's not as good, this one, just because of that. But overall, there isn't anything really wrong with it, other than, as you say, I think it feels padded.
Yeah. The jokes I don't think land as well as we think it's going to land. I don't know. Maybe it was our good friend John Vitti writing the episode.
No. He writes Lisa's Substitute that's coming up though.
Yes. Oh yes,
that's a masterpiece.
Well, we'll get to that one.
With Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah. You see that? But that's one where. Well, we'll talk about it in the episode. But see, that's one where I remember watching it as a kid.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good episode to this day.
Yeah.
I was surprised to find out it was like considered to be an all-time
classic.
I was like, oh, it's a really lovely episode, really nice, and
it's considered to be like probably the best one by a lot of people. Yeah.
But
that's coming
we'll
up.
get to that. Yeah.
Yeah, but not really much in this episode. It's just a very...
It's horribly depressing. It goes back to season 1.
Yeah.
Where, like, Patty and Selma are horribly depressed. They're happy to live their crap life to the point where Selma's even willing to give up her happiness and make do with Barney Gumble.
Yeah.
Barney Gumble, you realise, is a horrible drunk. He's a horribly...
Who served in the army and lost several years.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah. They say he was in the service and he must have been traumatised and come back haunted, so he just drank in Moe's bar.
Yeah, so we get a bit more even of Barney as well, yeah, a bit more of that. Do you think this might have been like one that they had for season 1 and then they had to like this, because they only had a 13 season order for 1, so they might have reused a lot of the same stuff.
I don't think it was. I think it's more the idea of the writers thinking, well, we've got to do something different than just the Simpsons.
Yeah.
You know, we got the principal. We got the principal character.
Yeah.
We got his character model. Oh, we've got the sisters. Oh, get out their character models. We'll make an episode based around that.
Yep.
I think it was more out of just. I think it was more born out of the need to try something.
Yep.
Different with this episode, I guess.
This also smacks of early Simpsons because Bart is the cool rebel who everyone loves to hate.
And Lisa's not really defined at all.
Is she even in this episode?
Oh yeah, we said at the start because she's like and Selma, will you ever get married?
Yeah.
And we were saying, well, like if it was Lisa, like classic Lisa, she'd be like.
Yeah, she's like, you don't need to be defined by a man.
Yeah, you don't need to be married.
Yeah, she'd have been like that, but overall, good early episode, just not as good as a lot of other season 2 ones.
Yeah, that's...
It feels like there's quite a few padding episodes in this season.
If it was, I think if this episode was in season 1, it'd be one of the standout episodes of season 1.
Yeah. I think season 2 is starting to feel like they didn't know, maybe if this was 13 episodes, it would be the best season.
Yeah.
But,
I think, rewatching it back, it's chock full of ideas, which they develop and build upon later.
Yeah. What would you give this out of 10? I would give it a 7.
I agree, I'd give it a 7.
7, sort of a middle 7. Yeah.
Yeah, not high, not low. It was just, it was okay.
It was good. It wasn't an awful way to spend 20 minutes.
No, I can think of much worse ways.
Yep.
Like watching an episode of Family Guy.
Oh, that one we talked about. Ooh. But yeah,
or the Cleveland Show.
Oh, the Cleveland Show. Yeah, that was. Any closing thoughts on episode 27, Principal Charming?
No.
No.
I've said everything I think about this episode.
Not as good as the one where she marries Troy McClure.
Or where she marries Sideshow Bob.